Good Tuesday morning. I'm Sarah Pilla. Here's your Spectrum News 1 update. 1.9 million people went through airport checkpoints on Memorial Day. It's the second largest total since the start of the pandemic, with the largest coming last Friday. Yesterday's total is more than 7 times the amount compared to last year's holiday. Well, researchers believe the world economy will improve at a steady pace, but say growth is dependent on vaccinations. According to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the U.S. is already at pre-pandemic income levels, but the group says poorer nations could need years to recover. And Lakers star Anthony Davis is listed as questionable for tonight's Game 5 against the Phoenix Suns. Davis, who is already dealing with a separate injury, suffered a right groin strain in the Lakers' Game 4 loss. Tonight's pivotal matchup tips off at 7 p.m. in Phoenix. And that's your update.
That's right. We are coming in hot this morning. This is your morning on Spectrum News 1. Great to be with all of you on this Tuesday, this first day of June, this June 1st. Giselle is out on assignment. Sarah Pilla joins us here at the table all week. Great to have you with us.
Always great to be here. And we have a hot debate going on whether you like your wings bone in the traditional way or boneless.
I don't like to deal with the wing, with the bone in my wing.
I know. We do not see eye to eye on this one, but we have a poll going
What say
on
you
Twitter.
out there?
And
we want to hear from you.
I also have a poll going on my Instagram at the Sarah Pilla, so please chime in. We want to know, and you'll have those results later in this hour when we bring you that story about the wingman. All right, thank you, Parker. And as he mentioned, we're not out of the woods yet globally. India has suffered through some of the worst variants, case counts, and deaths. So if you're wondering if you can help, well, the answer is yes.
Coming up in 10 minutes, we'll show you how a simple bowl of soup could help to save a life. And our Amy Paffrath will be along to bring us that story. Sarah.
Looking forward to that. Well, few professions face more scrutiny right now than police. Their tactics and use of force policies are under a microscope amid calls for police reform. And as a result, some departments across the nation are struggling with recruiting new officers. But the LAPD says that's not the case here, with more people interested in joining the academy than there is room. Our Natalie Brunell shares perspective from one sergeant who specializes in use of force training. Natalie. All right, thank you, Natalie. And LA Mayor Eric Garcetti proposed a budget that increases funding for LAPD by 3% this year. He says the city needs to keep hiring new officers to keep up with retirements. Mel. You know, and that bill, that is Senate Bill 796. And if it was to be passed, it'd really be the first step in this process to ultimately give this prime beachfront parcels of land back to this family that was taking them in the 1920s by eminent domain.
Yeah, and this is an extraordinary family of note. Charles and Willa Bruce, they, like many black folks during the early 1900s, they migrated here to Los Angeles, and they were one of the first entrepreneurs. They had 2 properties, one of which was here in Manhattan Beach, and they had this oceanfront property. It was such a sense of pride for folks because it was a safe place that black folks could come and not be harassed.
Yeah.
They could enjoy themselves. It was a place of refuge.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody's noticed the price tag for oceanfront property these days, but having that property back then and still to now could have really set up this family for generational wealth for years to come. It's really sad.
They could have been millionaires, absolutely.
Well, East Hollywood is home to a historic olive grove and one that has thrived for the past 100 years. But it is in need of some TLC to ensure it continues on for another 100. Our Christopher G. shows us what's being done to protect the trees. Chris. We hope it continues on for another 100 years. And if you are interested in donating to help the Olive Grove Initiative, visit barnsdall.org/landscape. Melvin. Awesome.
Amy Paffrath, thank you so much as always.
Thank you, Amy.
Always a pleasure.
I've gotten a chance to do some ceramics, and I do love throwing on the wheel. It is
so fun. We did it on the SoCal thing. We actually went to Still Life. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's fun and
so
relaxing.
Fun.
All right, you guys, it is time for a very, very quick break. But when we return, a group of students, they are leading the fight for housing in Arcadia. That is a story you won't want to miss. We'll introduce you to the young people pushing for tiny homes. Stay with us. Good morning, friends. I'm Sarah Pilla. Here's your Spectrum News 1 update. The Supreme Court will not consider Johnson & Johnson's appeal of a $2 billion verdict against the company. A state court in Missouri ruled in favor of women who claim they developed ovarian cancer from using TALC products. French President Emmanuel Macron wants the U.S. to clarify a report which accused the NSA of wiretapping European leaders. Macron says spying between allies is not acceptable. The report says politicians in Germany, Norway, and Sweden were also monitored from 2012 to 2014. The NSA declined to comment. And the Dodgers got back to their winning ways with a 9-4 victory over the St. Louis Cardinals. Trevor Bauer pitched a quality start and Chris Taylor drove in 4 runs. The Dodgers continue their series against the Cardinals tonight at 7 p.m. All eyes on that game. And that's your Spectrum News 1 update. Well, moving from Compton to Arcadia, their city council will meet tonight to continue discussions about a proposed tiny home project to house the growing homeless population. Residents are divided about the idea, but one of the most vocal groups in support of the project is the city's youngest residents. Ryan Blackshear-Vargas spoke with them about why they want to help the unhoused. Ryan. Well, if you are looking for some chicken wings or a unique chicken sandwich, take a trip to East LA, where 2 friends started their own street stand. On this week's Running on Empty, our Jada Montemurano takes us to the Wingman. Well, it wouldn't be LA without putting your fried chicken in a taco, right? Well, Wingman, they are only open on Saturdays and Sundays from 12 to 5 in East LA. You got to get over there on the weekend. And we want you to weigh in on a little debate we're having here. Do you like bone-in or boneless wings?
Boneless.
Okay,
I don't want the bone in it.
I say the bone in. You can see our results there. So far, 68.2% say bone in, 31.8% say boneless. And so you can continue to make your voice heard, continue to tweet us. I did conduct my own poll on my Instagram.
And how did that go?
Okay,
Tell the people.
So kind of the same thing. We're seeing a trend here. 19 for bone in, 7 for boneless. I did have 2 people vote for both, so I just mixed them out. I don't know.
I just feel like it's more convenient for me as an eater to not have the bone in the chicken. I gotta think. I don't want to bite it. I don't want it all over my hands.
And then you gotta throw it away. Yeah. You gotta put it somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
it's more manageable personally if I don't have the bone in it.
I get it. You want the low maintenance, kind of wing experience. Yeah. I love them. I like the buffalo. I like garlic parmesan. I even like lemon pepper, but I like them crispy.
Ooh, crispy. Everybody in my family thinks I'm crazy. My dad's probably watching this right now, going, "What the heck is wrong with you talking about that?"
Chicken nugget.
It's true. And what's wrong with the beat a chicken nugget? Nothing. We'll be back.